Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on. Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. Everything gonna be all right. Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down today. Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. It's a great place to stay.
Back again for number 10. Join Big B, DK, and Mike Jolitz for all the hot topics, weird news, and shenanigans. It's Cave Crew Radio, Season 10 at cavecrewradio.com.
Indeed it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pre-show. I'm DK. Big B is here with me.
Hi there.
He's choosing tonight to watch the NFL draft as opposed to the hockey.
I need a break. It's gotten too emotional at this moment. I just need a break. I'm tired of watching the Islanders broadcast team whine and complain about every little thing that doesn't go their way.
As
and
they
the Rangers are
continue to
frustrating
win.
me to no end. So I'm taking a break tonight. I've got the draft on, watching to see what the Raiders do, and that's it.
And my playoff beard is getting very itchy, but we'll see. It might be gone by Monday.
Well, we'll have to see. Monday could be a very big day for both the Rangers and the Maple Leafs.
Yeah. Tomorrow to me is end game. But it's funny. I don't know anybody out there. If you watch sports at all, it doesn't have to be hockey. It could be football. It could be baseball. It could be basketball. But the simultaneous feeling of excitement and anxiety is dreadful. The only thing that works is alcohol.
That's the one thing when you're watching like a game 7 and you're watching like last year was a perfect example. Rangers, Pittsburgh, game 7 went to overtime. So, one goal wins the game. And goals happen in fluky ways when it's, some bad bounce can happen and your team could be immediately out of the playoffs. You want to talk about stress and, you're feeling all the emotions go on as, they get their chances, your team gets their chances. It's an emotional roller coaster.
It is. It's almost like the inside of your chest becomes a blender.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm excited. I believe in my team. I still do. My prediction is wrong now, but I still believe. And at the same time, I'm feeling the anxiety of the curse and it's weighing heavy on my shoulder. And I don't know if I want to fart or burp. You know what I mean? It's like,
and see, that's the thing I think about when the Maple Leafs first went up 3-1. You saw it in our chat. I said, where have I heard this before? Seems like the Maple Leafs always go up 3-1 and lose the series. I think you would have been better at 2-2.
Yeah. I think right now they're 0-10 in elimination games in the Matthews-Marner era.
That's crazy.
I don't think we're not the better team. I think it's in their head. I really do.
And as time goes on, it grows more and more. Yeah, I get it. It's
and Cooper, that piece of shit from Tampa, is so excellent at reminding them.
Yeah. Well, you don't get the 3 straight Stanley Cup champions and win 2 in a row without knowing how to do these things, right?
Yeah. He's a lawyer. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I want to say I heard that somewhere, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah. Anyway, Sunday morning, if you like hockey, boys and girls, Sunday morning, 11 o'clock a.m., we've decided we're going to move it from the Monday nights as long as all this drama is going on. Who knows? After Monday, we might not even have a pony in the race, so we'll have to go from there. But we're still hockey fans, do or die.
That's true. Now, speaking of, so I'm watching the NFL draft. Is your team the Detroit Lions or no? I don't think
No.
No.
I'm a Raider fan, just like you.
Okay.
And I also like the Dolphins. I've always liked the Dolphins.
Interesting. Okay.
And but I got to say, living here as an NFC team now that Rodgers is not on the Packers, I really like the Lions coach. So they may be my dog in the NFC.
There you go.
Not an NFC fan.
Gotcha. All right.
But I've always loved the Raiders since I was Kenny Stabler.
Oh yeah.
Back in those days, since I was a little kid. But back when they used to win.
Yeah, I mean that's the first football game I remember watching was the 1980 Super Bowl where the Raiders beat the Philadelphia Eagles. So that cemented me as a Raider fan for life.
Was that Doug Williams or Jim Plunkett?
That was Jim. Doug Williams was never on the Raiders.
That was one. Oh no, he was the Eagles quarterback. That's right.
He was the Redskins quarterback. He wasn't on the Eagles either.
Yeah, he went from Tampa to the Eagles.
Doug Williams was on the Redskins.
I don't think so.
They had Donovan McNabb, if that's who you're thinking. Yeah, they had, but back in 1980, it was Jim Plunkett.
And the quarterback for the Eagles would have been Ron Jaworski.
Ron Jaworski, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Jim Plunkett with that stupid helmet didn't protect his face at all. I mean, but I remember them all. Cliff Branch, Fred Blitnikoff, Dave Casper, Kenny Stabler. Those were the days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were the Ron Guy, probably the
Guy.
Best race, or Ray Guy, probably the best punter of all time.
I think he was the first kicker or special teams guy to be elected to the Hall of Fame.
And who was their field goal kicker? He was a quarterback.
Back then, I don't know. For the longest time, it was Janikowski.
Yeah,
but back then in the 80s, I don't know who their
was a quarterback. Anyway, I'll have to go back and find out. So anyway, folks, here's what's going on tonight. We of course have our regular stuff. An epicenter will come up, a drink of the week. We're going to talk FLA. We got 2 stories we didn't get to last week. We've got some news stories tonight. We're talking about seagulls. If you want to hang around, we're going to talk about seagulls. And Mike Jolitz has some breaking news, and he's also here for his regular segments as well.
I also have something that you wanted me to remind you of. I don't know if we can do this on the show or we have to save it, but it was the neighbor lawn feud.
Yeah, if you want to get into it, I've got really bad news about that so far. Actually, we got a minute, so we've been through this before on the show, how he was cutting my lawn in the front. And then, if there's sticks that fall on the ground or leaves, he won't do it. I mulch everything. So I pick up sticks for firewood, kindling, but, I mulch the rest of the stuff. So what I intentionally do is I cut the lawn extra short, and it drives him crazy because our lawns are connecting, right? It's like this imaginary line at where our dryer vents come out of the house.
Right.
So again, he's been out there a few times. He's retired now. He drives me nuts more than ever. So I want to get out. I want to start the war again. And but it's been raining. The ground's too wet. The grass in the back is going to be a foot by the time I get to it. But I will stake my revenge, and this will continue throughout the summer.
I can't wait to hear the stories of the lawn feud. This will take place of the allotment and whatever those 2 were. I forget their names.
Dave and Wendy.
Dave and Wendy. This will take the place of that.
Yeah. All right, let's start the show here, folks. We got a good one ahead, but yeah, stay tuned for that but it's been too wet, Big B. I can't get out, and I'm working long hours, and
all that rain's coming our way, so I understand.
Okay, well, enjoy. Anyway, here we go, folks. The show is live. Hello, England. Here we come.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
Bam! We are back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go! CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of the men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clevin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show. My name is DK. I am live in my cave in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It's great to be here with you tonight. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live over on Cave Crew Radio, on Pulse Talk FM in the UK, syndicated all over the world, and wherever podcasts can be found. So we've got a busy show ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got news. We've got Mike reads the news. We've got a major breaking news. We've got, you name it, epicenters, drinks of the week, talking FLA. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B, King of Stenchlandia and the Water Gypsies, your president-elect of the United States of America, and as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I am the epicenter of the start of the religious school activities, so to speak.
Isn't Easter over?
No, well, so my son is in second grade. So in second grade, they have to do reconciliation and they have to do communion. So that's all starts tomorrow.
He gets the bread and the grape juice.
Not tomorrow. First, you have to do reconciliation. So tomorrow afternoon, we have to go sit through a mass, I'm assuming, and then he has to do his reconciliation before he can do communion. And then communion will be next month. But there are a whole bunch of things that are going on from now until then on the weekends where, there's Zoom meetings and there's a packet we have to pick up tomorrow for stuff he's got to do. So from now until the end of May is just religious school activities. It's going to be nonstop.
Mrs. B must be ecstatic. Is she getting like refreshments and grab bags for these long days on the weekends? Like,
Oh my God. So she's doing stuff for the communion. They all want to have like a communion party after communion next month. So she's getting all these little things together for like little goodie bags for all the kids and doing all of this. So I have stuff coming in from Amazon and just stuff strewn about the house that will eventually be all put into bags and have ribbons tied around them and all of this.
so I'm not Catholic, so forgive me. I mean, I am a Christian as well, but um is this like that Jewish thing? What's that thing they do when they're 13? The bar mitzvah?
No, this isn't. That's that's coming of age and being a man in the Jewish religion. This is just a Catholic milestone, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you it's the sacraments.
Right.
So it's the sacrament of communion. But in order to get the sacrament of communion, you will have to have confessed your sins. I don't know how many sins a 7-year-old has.
Well, and I don't want to make fun of this because
Please do, because I make fun of it all the time.
I do have a spiritual side to me, but I mean, in grade 2, what are your sins going to be? I stole chalk from the blackboard. Forgive me, Lord. I put worms in my mummy's purse. Forgive me, Lord. I did not eat my vegetables last night. And what exactly is a kid going to confess to as far as sins?
I don't know. We've been telling him like he got markers today, and I pretended that I was going to take them. So my wife says, well, you can confess that you didn't let daddy have some markers, something like that. Yeah. A 7-year-old doesn't have any sins. I don't get it. But this is what we're doing tomorrow.
At least wait till grade 9. Oh, we got drink of the week here, folks. We're going a little bit off script. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. Let's go this way.
It just arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for
Friday nights are meant for drinking. Here is Mrs. B's drink of the week.
All right, the drink of the week. Mrs. B throwing us off script.
I'll give it to you before you leave. Yes. So this, she just came in. This is the drink of the week with a strawberry garnish.
Yes, I love the garnish. I love the glasses.
Yeah. Well, this is what you started. We get different glasses for the nights. So this is a Jolly Rancher.
Oh, interesting.
So this is
perhaps.
This is peach schnapps, apple vodka, simple syrup, and no cranberry juice.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And cranberry juice. So apple vodka, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and simple syrup.
All right. And is there extra? Is there a shaker?
I don't have a shaker in front of me. Is this it?
That's a triple.
Oh, this is a triple apparently.
Oh.
So she's crossed me, given me the sign of the cross, and said, "God help me."
Yeah.
So who knows? By the end of the night, I may not be very coherent to read news.
So basically, Mrs. B has just reconciled herself.
That's quite tasty.
Yeah.
It tastes more apple than anything, but it's quite tasty.
She likes her simple syrup. Does she make it herself?
No, we buy the simple syrup. You can make it. She's brought up several times that we can make it, but it's just easier to buy it. Because that way it's there whenever we need it.
Right. Great job again, Mrs. B. I know Isby, I'm not sure if she's watching. She was extremely tired tonight, but she said she always enjoys Mrs. B's drink of the week.
His wife said she always enjoys your drink of the week. Oh, I'm so excited. So she's excited by that.
She even puts grapes in her wine now.
Oh, look at that. So you've become an influencer. So his wife puts grapes in the wine now as garnish like you did with the strawberry here. So yes, you've become an influencer now. She says you drink with the eyes as well as the palate.
Exactly. Tell Mrs. B I said to make sure they have grape juice and crackers in their grab bags.
Oh, for the
communion festival.
So we're talking about the communion, and you're making the bags and doing all this. All this stuff is thrown up all over the house. He said, make sure there is what? Grape juice
and crackers.
For the communion.
So cute. We are serving juice at the Cake and Punch reception.
I don't know. Can you hear that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Serving juice at the Cake and Punch reception.
Okay, good.
It's going to be fun.
So yes, but as soon as I said that, your idea, her eyes got big. Says, "Oh, that would be so cute for the kids."
Yeah, and I noticed when she said it's going to be fun, you just nodded and took another sip of your drink.
Yeah, well, that's all I can do.
I'm right there with you. Look, I get dragged into shit all the time too. Don't let me kid you. If you want to watch hockey games and you want to have your barbecue and your smoker, you got to keep nodding and saying yes.
Just say yes, and everything will be fine, right? Just say yes, and everything will be fine. Nod and smile. She even says.
Nod and smile.
Everything will be fine.
I got to tell you a really quick story. Are we done with the epicenter?
Yeah, that's
great. We got to follow up on that.
Yeah, we start tomorrow, and then it'll go to the end of May.
Because I can't wait next week to hear the various sins. You need to bring a notepad or record. I can't wait to hear the various sins
that
7-year-olds have confessed to.
We're gonna have to ask James what he confessed to in his sins, because what sins do a 7-year-old have? None. So
they made suggestions.
Oh God, they made suggestions apparently.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so this is it's gonna be a shit show. Not doing your homework is not a sin. God's sake.
Oh my God, I am going to hell. Thanks, Mrs. B. I never did my homework.
Neither did I.
No, but what do you do? I shit my pants in kindergarten. Sorry. Like, you gotta, but Big B, you gotta come back next week, and you need to have a list, not just of James, but what the various children have confessed to.
Well, we won't know because it's in a confessional booth, so it's a.
They gotta go into privately with the dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we won't hear it.
This is serious shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we will ask, and I'll make the list of what he confessed to, and I'll have it for next week.
Yeah, and I don't mean to make light of it. I think it's a great point in whether you believe it or not, it builds discipline and character, and I get all that stuff. And anyway, I have breaking news.
Go ahead with your story.
No, what was my story? I forgot.
I don't know. You said you had a quick story. If we were done with the epicenter.
I lost my train of thought. Probably had something to do with agreeing with the wife, but guess what, folks? If it comes to me later, I'll bring it up. But I think it had something to do with like agreeing with the wife.
Probably.
That I let her do certain things so I can do certain things, and I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to focus on the flow of the show, but I do have breaking news. Hang on, I gotta find it.
I'm just saying, I'm waiting for a sounder.
Well, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Breaking news, everyone. Listen up.
Hey, DK, can I interrupt for a second, please? Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Hey, guys, got some fabulous news for you. The Mike Jolitz Show, a.k.a. Mike Reads the News. This right here on Cave Crew Radio is the only place it will be available. I guess from now on, it's going to be the world exclusive place of Mike Reads the News. So anyway, guys, just wanted to give you a heads up. This is it. I'm all in and only for you. Alrighty, guys, let's get back to the show. I'll be back with some news later and Twitter shits. All right, later.
And yes, he will. So I feel flattered because I don't know if you know, ladies and gentlemen, but he didn't call it Mike Reads the News. He called it the Mike Jolitz Show.
Mike Jolitz Show, right?
Right, yeah. And he was on Spreaker and Stitcher and all the places we were at, and, had a huge following. And I know that everyone that listens to our show also enjoys Mike. We get the feedback. I don't know the backstory. So what do we do when we don't know the backstory?
We make it up.
We make it up. So I'm thinking like, hey, I don't know if he was paying for storage or what it was, but he's like, Mike gets frustrated, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of those guys you don't constantly tell him if he's doing a great job. And I'm listening to the show, Mike, and he's watching his downloads. And we used to do that a few years back. I really don't give a shit anymore either. I mean, I check our YouTube and I check our downloads and yeah, I check our lives, but it doesn't deter me anymore. I do this because I enjoy it. And I think that's what Mike's getting to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Where he knows he's in a good place. So again, you and me, we're trying to carry this on. We're trying to stay fresh, and Mike really helps. The pressure's on us to stay on air, or there'll be no more Mike Jolett.
That's right. Now we have to do. We definitely have to stay on the air for Mike Jolett, and of course, it's very flattering that this is now going to be the exclusive home of the Mike Jolett Show. But as you said, there is no reason. We don't have a reason why or what happened. I haven't spoken to Mike at all. I just had seen that tweet that he had sent out that I sent over to you. And this was the first I heard of what the breaking news was. So, like you said, we make things up. We come to our own conclusions. My theory.
Oh, you have a theory to this. Excellent.
My theory is that the Weavers have taken a digital revenge on Mike. And because they were neighbors, they didn't get along. Mike actively, at least on this show, actively hoped they would sell their house quicker than they actually did. I think the Weavers digitally took revenge on him and went out of their way to try to shut down the different platforms that he was posting on.
Perhaps like some form of it wouldn't be a copyright claim, but I get where you're going with this. Or say you're mentioning our name, you're making money off our name, and we're shutting you down.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Something like that. So whether it be liable or whatever. So they went to the different platforms and lobbied for this for the Mike Jolett Show to no longer be allowed on their platform. And of course, they can't do that to us because we don't give a shit.
Right.
And we will always side.
Canada, so I'm exempt. Heaven forbid, though, Big B, I hope they don't contact Buckland and Buckland.
Well, if that comes to pass, we will deal with it then. But
Buckland and Weaver.
Hold while I write things down.
It's not that good. There's going to be a lot more better stuff.
You always say that, and that one is always the one that becomes the show name.
You're right.
But this could be a show note for sure. Buckland.
I do feel Buckland and the Weavers might unite, but we are stronger because we are DK, Big B, and Jolett.
That's right.
It's like a 6-man wrangle.
DK, BC, and MJ.
Yeah. Sounds like a dirty sex movie. Anyway, that's the big news, folks. I say we might as well start off with Mike reads the news before we get into our stuff. And of course, Twitter shits will be following shortly. So there's the big news from Mike Jolett. And before I go into that, I mean, like, look, he was put on the poster this year.
Mm-hmm.
We had to cover his name over the shirt because his belly sticks out, but that's okay.
That's all right.
That's all right. We're all in the same place. We all just need to drink creatine or whatever it is my kid does now. All right, folks, here we go. Mike reads the news, and then we'll be back. Stay tuned. Here we go.
This is Radio.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolett.
Hello to you, DK. And hello, Sir Big B. Man, I hope you guys are doing well. Alrighty, guys. And it is now time for Mike Reads the News. The Cardinals unveil their new uniforms for the upcoming season. I think they're kind of boring. Congrats to Mark Not the Grub Grabowski, who is leading the league in queefs this year. There's 2 weeks left in the season. There's an arrest warrant out for MMA fighter Nate Diaz. New Orleans police issued an arrest warrant after Nate choked out some stupid TikTok douche. Does this mean the fight with Logan Paul is not going to happen? Charges were dropped against Alec Baldwin in the fatal shooting on the Rust movie set. I'm not surprised. They resumed shooting. Filming. My bad. Who's going to watch that movie anyway? The Packers and the Jets finalized a trade for Aaron Rodgers. Finally. Green Bay got the better side of the deal. I'm just glad the drama is over. Thanks for all you did, Aaron, but good riddance. He'll wear number 8. Shannon Doherty's back on the market, everyone. She's filed for divorce from her husband of 11 years. That's sad. And finally in the news, the USFL season started a couple weeks ago. I had no idea. I've yet to watch a game. I kind of don't care. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. It is now time for the tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. One band of the K-pop group Astro died. He was 25. I don't know who he is. Yeah. Conservative Don Bongino is out at Fox News. Oh, no. Tucker Carlson was fired by Fox News. Oh, no. Don Lemon was fired by CNN. He sucked, though. Oh, yeah. Singer Harry Belafonte died, and he was 96. Oh, no. And finally, in the tidbits, Chevy Bolt by GM will cease production this year. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. That does it for the tidbits. I'll be back in a little while, or however it works out, with some Twitter shits for you. Alrighty, guys. Tschüss, ciao, and auf Wiedersehen. Later. Bye-bye.
I'm constantly thinking, I made a boo. Because he came on with me one time via audio when you were on vacation, and I was doing like a solo show just to kill some time. And it's awful, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when you do a show alone. Mike does it. He does it great, but I hate it. And he was on. We need to get him on the show live.
Yes.
He's no uglier than the two of us. Get on camera, do the show with us. It would break the internet. I guarantee it.
I would love for him to do either. I think it would be asking too much to do both, but either Mike Reads the News or Twitter shits live on the show one day.
Yeah. But I don't know, because that's like when we do those like audio dramas, like there's a little bit of production that goes into that.
He does have production in there, but we could forego the production for one special time. I think Twitter shits would be great because he could read the topic, read the replies, and we could comment on the names, because I know you like taking
I love it. I can't wait. That's
you love the names. So I think that would be great to do live, because forgo the production and we would just comment.
Yeah. But even I think the stories we do, you see him in chat sometimes. He might be working right now, not available, but he'll comment on the stories, and even like the Talking FLA or whatever we do. I think he'd enjoy being live with us. I mean, he fits in. He's one of us.
Yep.
I did mean to tell you, though. I wanted to tell you something, because I heard him mention TikTok, and I don't want to deter the show too long. But I was on TikTok today. I had a little bit of time. I was doing inventory at work, and I needed a break. And I'm watching this guy, and I've seen him before on different days. And he has a goal every day to help him pay his rent.
Okay.
$100, whatever it is. And I'm watching, and I'm like, most people are insulting him. He's got a pretty good crowd. He's on live, right? But there's the odd person that's dropping those donations in TikTok and sending him e-transfers. And I thought to myself today, you know what? I'm going to start doing this. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to start going live. I'm going to start asking for money, but in all honesty, we'll choose a charity and we'll send it somewhere where we can help. But I want to see if it works because I watch this guy. I need money for rent. I'm sitting there. I'm going, you fucking deadbeat. Right? Like, I'm just like, come on. You're young. You're healthy. You look like you're in your mid-20s, whatever it is. You got this sign up in front of your TikTok. Need help with rent. Goal today is $100, whatever it is. You got like 1,000 people in the chat. Like I said, most people are dishing them as they should. But there's the odd person feeling sorry and dropping those TikTok gifts. And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna sit in the gazebo on the weekend. I'm gonna live stream on TikTok. I'm gonna tell people I want money. But honest to God, I'm not kidding you. I don't need it. I don't need the petty shit from TikTok. We'll give it to charity. You and I will sit. We'll get together. We'll pick some good cause, and we'll fire the money over there. Just really pissed me off. Sorry, that was a little side note I wanted to.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I've come across this chick who I guess is an influencer, but what she does is she goes on and reads dumb shit that people post on the internet. Her name is Charlotte Dobre. Yeah. She's in Canada. I'm assuming she's near Toronto, the way she's mentioned things. And sometimes she'll have whole segments on influencers that, have gone wrong or something like that, where, people will document their run-in with influencers where they think they should get free stuff just because they have some followers on TikTok. And it all goes wrong because nobody ever gives them free anything.
Right.
So it's like, well, I deserve, a free meal at this restaurant, and I will post it to all my followers and you'll get promotion out of it. And the people at the restaurant are like, no, sorry, you either pay for it or you leave. Right. So that's along the same lines of this person.
Thing. It's a backlash you deserve. Like,
right.
So to me, the reason I'm saying this, it's almost like a social experiment to me. Where the money goes, as long as it's going to good. I don't need it unless I really make a lot, and then I might quit my job, but I doubt that's going to happen. But I mean, get $100, whatever it is, we'll throw it to the Red Cross or, whatever the cause of the time is. It just really fucking irked me. Like, we talk about how lazy today's society is, and I'm really proud of my kid. He's going to college. He's working. I know your kids are doing good, and I know we both get frustrated about the video games and stuff like that, and that's just normal dad-son shit. But the whole of society, this, whatever they call themselves, generation is so fucking lazy.
Yeah. It's 100% true. I mean, they think being an influencer is an occupation, and it's really not. If you're an influencer, that just means you're a talentless piece of crap, lazy piece of crap that can't go get a real job and doesn't have talent to do anything creative.
Right.
Because you just want free stuff.
Most of these people that there's some really good, entertaining TikTok people and Instagram people. But most of these influencers, I sit there and I watch and I go, you're not fucking doing anything.
Right.
You can't dance. You can't cook. You know what I mean? And look, if you and I were influencers and this worked out, we'd be retired 5 years ago. We've been at this a long time. We come out and we say we do it because we love it. It costs us money to put this show on.
Right.
But we like it. It's a hobby. We have fun. We hope that you enjoy what we talk about. But for the most part, anyway, that's my social experiment.
But it's true. I mean, we have outside of doing this, because we do this for fun, and it's a lot of fun, getting together and hanging out and drinking on Friday nights. Outside of that, we have talents that have served us well in real life, earning us money.
Yeah.
Not just sitting here trying to it's the stupidest thing. You go through Facebook and there's this section called Reels, and it's a collection of Instagram and TikTok and whatever else. And they all do the same trend, quote unquote trend, whether it's jumping on one leg, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever it is, jumping on one leg, holding a raccoon by the tail and trying not to get
scratched. The same things you do. I get it.
But they all do it, and it's like, are you supposed to be applauded for this? Is this like, do you actually have fans for doing stupid shit like this? Because it doesn't make any sense what you're doing. It's just a trend that you did. But why?
And don't get us wrong, ladies and gentlemen, we're not looking for a standing ovation, but at the end of the day, we pay bills like everyone else. Right. We got mortgages, we got car payments, we got, things we want to do.
Mm-hmm. We don't live in our parents' basement anymore.
Although it looks like it with me and you. And I wonder if there's anyone out there going, look at those two fucking idiots.
Right. These are our basements.
They're living in their parents' basements, and they're doing this radio show, and now they're telling us they're going to go on TikTok and ask for money. Shame on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the news. We got a few seagulls in the news tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Seagulls.
Behind the headlines this week in weird news.
Yes, indeed. This week in weird news, ladies and gentlemen. First up, we are going to. I gotta close. I'm having a hard time tonight.
And I'm the one drinking.
There, I'm drinking too. But that looks like what's that Clown Posse band?
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, the clown. Anyway, two stories tonight, ladies and gentlemen, about seagulls. Now, before we get into it, do you have seagulls in New York?
Yeah, over at Rockaway Beach, Coney Island. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I'm like in the Great Lakes, so we have seagulls everywhere here. I will mention when I was down like in Fort Myers, Florida, I never saw a seagull. Pelicans, other weird birds, no seagulls on the water at all.
Yeah, they like you said, they have more like the pelicans and things like that. The what are the big things that stand on one leg?
Oh, herons?
No, they're the pink
flamingos.
Yes, they have flamingos and shit like that.
Which we got to get to the stories, but where do seagulls go in the winter? We need some fact check.
I don't know.
Because all the other birds, like they fly south, don't they?
Yes, they fly south for the winter.
Wonder where the seagulls go.
I don't know.
Someone, anyone out there, put it in chat. Cave Crew Radio on Facebook. CaveCrewRadio@gmail.com. Where do seagulls go in the winter? Because I don't see them. Anyway, back to the seagulls. What do we got?
Well, the first story of the night comes from Reuters. The headline reads, Belgian town organizes seagull imitation championship.
Well, they go to Germany. There's the answer to our question.
There you go. The Belgian coastal town of De Panne organized on Sunday the third European Seagull Screeching Championship, where a jury crowned the best imitation of the bird's distinctive shriek. Around 50 participants took part in the contest, including first-timers and returning participants. Each was judged by a professional jury, ladies and gentlemen, of seagull imitation.
Excuse me.
Each were judged by a professional jury. What do you do for a living? Oh, I judge seagull imitations.
That's as bad as trying to be a social influencer.
That's as bad as a TikTok influencer.
I work at the grocery store by day, but if you want to know the truth, I'm a professional juror.
Each was judged by a professional jury, which awarded 15 points for how well they imitated the seagull's sound and 5 points for their behavior. So this is like aviary LARPing.
Yeah. I don't even know how to spell that.
AVAIRAY, I guess. Aviary LARPing.
Yeah, we'll have to check the spelling on that later. But I'm thinking same as you. Like they have those contests at the fair where you call out the suey or whatever it is. Like
right, yeah,
yeah, like or you cockle-doodle-doo or whatever the fuck you do. But I don't even know the sound that a seagull makes, and I've been around them forever.
I don't know I don't know the sound a seagull makes, nor do I know its behavior. So what are they doing that they have to imitate their behavior? Are they taking headers off the roof of the building into a pool to get fish and come up with fish in their mouths?
They're scavengers. They're like rats. They're like raccoons.
Yeah, but don't they dive into the water to get fish and come out?
Never seen that. I see them on the beach. I see them in parking lots. Like if someone throws out a part of a bun from a burger, they're all fighting over it. The best thing to do is seagulls, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have seagulls in your area, try this at home. Break up some Alka-Seltzer and throw it on the beach. They'll explode.
So basically what you're saying is that in order for them to imitate their behavior, please don't make seagulls explode, ladies and gentlemen. in order for them to imitate their behavior,
reconcile myself on that. I apologize.
In order for them to imitate their behavior, they have to dig through a dumpster while shrieking like a seagull and come up with like old French fries.
Basically, I am going to start taking random pictures of seagulls because as the summer comes and there's less whatever. I don't know what they do in the winter. I got to figure it out. But they will be in parking lots like a mile inland. And like you start throwing them French fries, it's like your dog eating cheese. I'm telling you, they'll go nuts.
My dog eats cheese. They shit everywhere.
It should bind them.
No, it does the opposite.
Okay.
It's a dairy. Dairy does not bind anything. Dairy enhances things.
Okay. All
right. Participating for the first time, Jarmo, a 21-year-old architecture student from Eindhoven in the Netherlands, won the crown for the best seagull sound. Seagulls are often despised by the public because of their intrusive behavior, and the contest also aims at changing their image. We thought, why not get more sympathy for those seagulls? Because they're part of the coast, and there's no coast without seagulls.
And then you get a bunch of fucking idiots like that, and that woman doesn't even have the courtesy to put on a bra in that picture.
Oh, I'm trying not to look at this.
It's like, anyway.
That's it for that story.
All right. So anyway, folks, if you don't know what a seagull is, it is an intrusive bird. It's like a raccoon. It's like a rat. It's they're scavengers, but apparently in Belgium, they need them. Maybe they eat something that we don't know about. But in another country, they don't feel the same way about seagulls.
That's right.
I love this picture.
This next one comes from the BBC.com. Headline reads, Blackpool Zoo recruiting human seagull deterrents. And that would not be a deterrent. That picture.
Hang on. I made a mistake. And I want to hide it.
I would much rather see the Mike Jolitz Twitter shits picture than this idiot in the suit.
It is coming up after the news. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Getting excited about seagulls right now.
Blackpool Zoo in Lancashire put up the advert after bosses said the birds had been persistently stealing food from the visitors and animal enclosures.
I told you that's what they do.
The successful
They're
candidates
aggressive. They're very aggressive.
The successful candidates would join the visitor services team as seagull deterrents. Those taking on the roles would need to be outgoing and comfortable wearing a bird costume.
Would you feel comfortable wearing that bird costume in the corner of our screen?
Not even a little bit.
No, me either.
Now, I have a question.
I'd rather be a transvestite.
I have a question before I read further, and it's not in this story. If you sign up to be one of these people, and presumably that's the outfit that you got to be in, what happens when you got to take a piss?
On that line of topic, and I'm kind of swaying a little bit, but you ever see those people that dress up on the side of the street holding the signs and shit?
Yes.
Or for that matter, what about the guy playing Mickey Mouse at Disney? What if he got a piss?
That's a
great question.
We have these idiots here in New York that paint themselves silver and stand there in one position for 9 hours a day like they're statues.
Right.
What happens if you got to piss?
I guess they don't drink water. Maybe they, do shots until they dry themselves up. I have no idea.
I almost got into a fight with one of them years ago. This fucking moron is by, I used to work by Union Square in Manhattan. This fucking moron's painted himself and he's standing there like this or whatever he's doing. I said to the person I was with, I said, go give him a high five. And the idiot painted in silver said, don't you dare touch me. I said, shut up. You're supposed to be a statue. Statues don't talk. And I, kept walking and he started muttering some dumb shit. But, it's like, what are you doing?
You were like giving the Tin Man his oil. Like you got a statue going.
And he's just standing there, whatever his hand out or whatever. And, I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to the person I was with. I said, oh, go give him a high five. Not even like, being a dick about it. Just, he's got his hand out. Go give him a high five. And he wants to start talking. I said, shut the fuck up. You're a statue. You don't talk. An asshole. The advert reads, at Blackpool Zoo, it goes without saying that we love all animals. And as a seaside resort, Blackpool is not short of seagulls. However, the seagulls are proving to be a bit of a nuisance when it comes to trying to steal food from our visitors and our animal enclosures. We need to do what we can to keep the seagulls away from our main visitor dining areas. Those interested are asked to contact the zoo.
Now, do you just have to stand there in the costume, or like I'm watching this geek and he's got his arms out? Do you have to like go around like, woo?
I don't know.
I wonder if any tourists at the Blackpool Zoo are going to say, hey, can I get a selfie with you, Mr. Seagull Deterrent guy?
I was curious if they had to act like, those blow up things in front of used car lots where it just, it just does this.
Yes, they're flanging everywhere. Yeah.
Yes. I was curious if that's what they had to do, or if they had just had to stand there like that, like a scarecrow. So you just have to stand like this all day.
Listen, and I know, like a Buckingham Palace guard or something.
Right.
You can't even like wipe your brow. But I'll tell you right now, I don't know what you do. I would definitely be getting a picture with this thing. I would be saying to Isby or Jake, hey, grab the camera. I'm going to go over to the Captain Seagull Deterrent guy, and I want a picture of this.
Does that go on your resume?
Is that on my resume?
No, I'm saying not you. I'm saying, would you put that on your from this year to this year, I worked, in accounting for whatever.
Yeah.
Then I worked in finance for whatever. Then I was a seagull deterrent. Does that go on the resume?
You know what? But I guarantee you the person interviewing you would remember you for that job.
I guess.
So if you're down to like 4 or 5 people, and the guy actually did work in accounting and had good skills, you go, I kind of like that seagull deterrent guy. He was going through a rough time. It shows initiative.
He would be forever known as the seagull deterrent guy.
At least he didn't go on TikTok and try and be a fucking influencer.
Jody, I need help with a payroll question. Go ask the seagull deterrent guy.
STG, they would call him at work. The seagull deterrent guy. STG, we need some help. If you could, dust off your feathers for a second.
Excuse me, SDG. I have a question in Excel. When I do a VLOOKUP, it doesn't do this. Did you experience that in your seagull deterrent job? And how did you fix it?
And Big B, guaranteed in the lunchroom, ladies and gentlemen. STG, SD. I keep saying T. I'm thinking of sexual diseases. STG. By the way, what did you do if you had to take a piss?
That would be my interview question.
Yeah.
Like if I was interviewing the guy, I'd be like, I see you were a seagull deterrent and you wore that stupid costume. What'd you do when you had to piss? That'd be the only question I'd ask.
So we thought that guy was stupid, but I mean, this is kind of moronic too, in my opinion. I read this story and I didn't know if you choose it or not, but apparently it works.
Okay. Works for him-ish.
Yeah.
This next story comes from the Indian Express. It's the journalism of courage, is what it says. I'm going to write that down because I like the ring of that.
While you're writing it down, just a random fact, I heard the other day that within the next month, India is going to be the most populous country in the world. I always thought it was China.
I always thought it was China as well.
And India is a little bit smaller, I would think, as far as land mass goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they fuck like rabbits over in India.
When they're doing those weird dances with it. I'm gonna try that in the bedroom tomorrow. Hello, Isbia. The hockey game's over. Now we're gonna play Bollywood.
It's Diwali. Let's fuck under the Diwali tree. This next story, ladies and gentlemen, comes from the Indian Press. The headline reads, "Sunscreen for car. Homeopathic doctor coats car with cow dung to beat the heat." I'm going to read a little bit of the story, but I have an observation, and you can see it in this picture. When we get there, I will have an observation.
Yes, and I can make it larger.
A homeopathic doctor from Sagar, or Sagar, a city in Madhya Pradesh, has devised a way to keep his car cool against the growing heat. Sushil Sagar, who currently posted at the Kurai Civil Hospital.
Whatever happened to
I should do that. Has plastered his car with cow dung.
Cow dung, yes.
While explaining his approach to the news agency, the doctor said it often happens in summer that the sheet on the top of the car draws heat and increases the temperature inside the car. By applying cow dung coating, the inside temperature of the car does not rise. The heat that is felt while sitting inside the car during summer is avoided with this. Now, this is where I want to make my observation.
Let me bring this up.
So let's bring the picture forward.
Yes.
So as you see here, he's got his hand over the cow dung covered car.
Yes.
Now, anyone that has ever experienced any type of summer understands that when you roll up the windows and you close your car and your car is in direct sunlight, the car heats up, not because the car itself is in direct sunlight, because the sun is going through the windows, which magnifies the heat inside the car.
Right. Well, it also heats the metal as well, right?
Well, it heats the metal on the outside of the car.
Yeah. Okay.
On the inside of the car, the sunlight is going through the windows, and it magnifies the heat. It acts like a magnifying glass. You know, when you put a magnifying glass to a sunbeam, it can set things on fire,
Or you can kill mosquitoes or whatever.
or
Yeah.
ants, or whatever. Yes, but it's the same concept as a car window, right? The sun is beating down on the car. The sun is going through the window and magnifying inside the car and heating it up, which is why you see people in places, very hot places like Arizona, they put that, screen in the front of
Yeah,
windshield.
that tinfoil thing. Yeah.
Right, the tinfoil thing, and that keeps the car cool. Why? Because the sun is not beating down inside the car. Cow shit on top of the car, but not on the windows, will not cool the car down because the hood does not directly affect the internal temperature of the car.
Now, here's can I add a question? Because I had a thought on this. Well, go ahead, finish yours.
No, go ahead, go. I want to drink.
No. So my thing is you hit that one button in your car and it kind of circulates outside air to assist the air conditioner.
Right.
Would it not stink, especially in 130-degree, New Delhi summers?
Well,
or Kathmandu, wherever the fuck he is.
Well, so unless he's putting the cow shit over the air intakes, it shouldn't stink inside the car. But the car itself will stink to high heaven because it's cow shit in 130 degrees. If you want to test it out this summer, if you haven't a dog, take your dog and put it out front during a heat wave and then smell it after a day in the sun.
Yeah.
It stinks like hot shit.
Yeah.
And that's what the car. It's the Suzuki hot shit. New for 2023. That's my observation. He also added that since the car remains cool because of the cow dung coating, the AC works better and faster. He also claimed that the simple cow dung coating can last for around 2 months if not disturbed by water. So
that would cause a problem with anything.
So not only does he cover his car in cow shit, if they don't get rain in 2 months in India, like I don't know if they have dry periods, I have no idea the weather patterns in India. But let's say they go 2 months without any rain. He is now have rotting cow shit on his car. It's got to stink worse than when he initially put it on. And where is he getting that amount of cow shit to coat his car with? And how is he doing it where he's like a paint job? Is he taping the windows as he's smearing cow shit on his car?
Again, they don't give us these answers. The only thing I can tell you is cows are holy in India, so they don't kill cows, right? I believe, and please, any Hindu listeners don't lash out at me, but I believe they think they evolve into a cow in the next life. Like that would be pleasant.
I think you're correct. They don't eat beef, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
They also bathe in the river Ganges. Remember that. They also throw their dead bodies in the river Ganges.
Wow.
Anyhow, that's for another time.
That's for
our upcoming 2023. In the fall of 2023, that's for our history show.
Ooh, our history show.
Our new history show, ladies.
As the video of Sushil Cigar's unique approach went viral on Instagram, many netizens, I didn't know that was a word, but apparently that's the citizens of the net.
Oh, guys, the internet. What that was.
Netizens. Yeah. I fucking hate people. Appeared unconvinced by his trick. Commenting on the video in which Cigar drives his car and explains the heat resistance properties of cow dung, an Instagram user wrote, "Honestly, he seems like a nice man with his heart in the right place, but I think his mind is affected being around by Gobar. I don't know what the fuck Gobar is. G-O-B-A-R. B-A-R.
No idea.
Another person said
Maybe
heights
that's
of
Indian
nonsense.
maybe that's Indian for cow dung. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Let's run with that.
Indian for cow. Just sure.
Yeah.
An Instagram user wrote, I don't know it will work on a car, but in villages we've been using cow dung for many years on walls, which cools the inner temperature of the house.
Does anyone want to move to India? And by the way, if Amanda's listening to this show, I think they need a Scentsy salesperson when they're putting cow dung on the wall.
They definitely need something, a nice little vanilla mint, maybe.
To cover the cow dung.
The cow shit. By the way, I'm done with my drink.
All right, well then you're gonna have to have a beer or a peanut butter whiskey.
Well, I have a beer here, but my wife said this is a triple.
Yeah.
She said there's 6 shots of alcohol in here.
Well, you're doing fantastic.
I'm done.
You're pronouncing words that 6 months ago you never would have attempted.
You know, when you drink and you get to the point, like if you're shooting pool or playing darts, you get to that drunk point where you can't miss anything.
No, you're so focused. You're like, again, it's like maybe our hockey teams should do that because you're beyond the point of any anxiety at that point.
That's right.
You get in a bedroom with a red hot chick and you think you're Ron Jeremy. Like, I get it. I know where you're coming from. Alcohol is so much better than the fucking devil's lettuce, ladies and gentlemen.
The devil's lettuce, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone to 1977. It's an after-school special with DK and the devil's lettuce.
You don't need the devil's lettuce. All that will do is make you eat fucking those. What's that Halloween treat? Those
candy corns?
Candy corns. That's all you're going to do on that wacko tobacco.
Candy corn is terrible, by the way.
Have a couple drinks. The world is yours. Look at Biden. He's president now.
I that's one of the reasons why I drink, to forget that.
Yeah. Anyway, we done with this one?
Yes, we are done with that one.
Great story, by the way. I can't imagine. I do have a question before I pull up the next story real quick, and I hope we have enough time to get to the Florida stuff. But anyway, when they're putting the cow dung on the walls, do you get a paint roller? Like, do you got to add water to the shit if it's if it's not runny?
Oh, if it's a particularly dry shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What do you have to dilute it?
Put it in the blender?
Do you put it? I was just gonna say, do you put it in the blender, and then after you're done with your cow shit mix, do you mix a martini in the blender as well? What do you do? How does this work?
I need to see them with a roller. Oh, summer's coming. No air conditioning in Bangladesh. I don't know.
I need to find the Bob Ross of cow shit painting.
Yeah.
And find out how this is done.
And do they have interior decorators that come along? You put paint or plaster on a wall and someone will come along and with spatulas and do weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Put this pattern on your wall and it looks really cool. Is there interior decorators of cow shit for summer?
Do they come around and match the drapes with the cow shit?
Yeah, exactly.
This color goes great with cow dung. These flowers will accent the shit on the walls.
And could you imagine the wife yelling at the husband, I told you I didn't want the dark brown shit.
I wanted the baby green pea colored shit.
I wanted the one with a little less fiber.
Look, I want textured walls, so get me all the peanuts in there.
And is there dye kits that you can buy if the poo isn't the right?
Can you go to Lowe's? Do they have Valspar shit?
We're having too much fun with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we do the show. all week we have responsibilities. And as soon as we're off air, we got responsibilities again. If you were listening to the Epicenter.
I got shit chip cards. Let's match the color.
Yeah, can you go to Farmer Bill or the local monks or wherever they go in India? I don't know what the hell the thing is. Can I get some samples to bring home to the wife?
You got any light brown?
Yeah. I'm looking for the west wall. It normally heats up to about 110. I'm going to need a really thick coat.
Trying to do an accent wall, maybe a little. If you got a particularly green one, there was a lot of grass eaten. Maybe, I think that would look nice on my accent wall behind my couch.
Yeah, honey, next year I really, really want to experiment. Let's do cow diarrhea.
I would like to match the shit with the TV. So when I mount the TV on the shit covered wall, it kind of all looks like it blends in.
Do you see, ladies and gentlemen, why this show has been so successful and lasted so long? We could probably go on for another 45 minutes throwing shit jokes at each other
without any problems whatsoever.
Anyway, let's go to something more feasible, if that's what you want to call it. This young lady is apparently a chancellor of God.
Mm-hmm.
But she has a odd job, doesn't she?
She's odd for some, maybe not for others.
Not for me. I subscribed yesterday. I really did, ladies and gentlemen. You can't take everything we say verbatim. We don't paint our walls with cow dung, okay?
Speak for yourself.
All right, go ahead. Do it. I'd like to see the cave in cow dung.
Next story comes from the NewYorkPost.com. Headline reads, I'm a proud Christian porn star. God put me on earth to enjoy sexual pleasure. This sinful stunner is making an unholy confession. A Christian OnlyFans star says she felt more connected to her faith since she kickstarted her kinky career 7 years ago and now believes God put her on earth to help liberate other women from their sexual shame.
So you're getting fucking banged by random men for money, and God approves of this.
God,
what is the name of our church, Big B? What is the name of our church? Because we should join.
I don't know.
We wouldn't have to do that. We wouldn't have to do that. What do you call that? Reconciling.
God wanted her to engage in anal DP. God is excited
about shit. We had to go to the back end. I was kind of thinking of her pussy, but you went the other way. All good.
We're still, I got shit on the brain. What do you want?
It's a Christian glory hole, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold while I write things down.
She's a very attractive woman, but I mean, folks, you gotta realize people will do anything to gain an edge. I don't know the story yet. Big B's going to tell us, but I mean, there's lots of women with big boobs fucking guys on OnlyFans. I heard it from a friend. And it's going on. How can I gain an upper hand? How can I put myself in the spotlight? The Google search had everyone. I know. I'm going to say I'm a Christian and God told me to do this. This is like a Hellraiser movie.
You can tell we've been doing this show a long time and we know all the tricks because that's probably 100% correct. I need an edge to get followers. Where can I get my niche? Oh, I'm a religious slut taking dildos in the ass. And
it doesn't matter what you call yourself, lady. You might be sitting at the right hand of God. You're still a slut.
Fucking whore.
But then again, Jim Jones, David Koresh, they were religious too. Look what happened.
That's true. And especially in the case of David Koresh, he had sex with everybody.
Yes, he did. And
Courtney Telia.
He was the Waco influencer.
Yeah, boy, he was the fucking he was the Waco Playboy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Courtney Tilia, who's 35 years old, by the way. That lovely young woman is 35 years old.
She looks well.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Made the declaration during an interview with the Daily Star on Sunday, saying, God's message has been abundantly clear. I'm here to be a porn star. This is my way of serving.
Yeah. I am Sodom of Gomorrah in the modern day. I promise no one's going to turn to salt this time.
Before I left teaching, I felt super disconnected from myself and also God. I didn't know what my life's purpose was or how I was meant to help others. But apparently she found out she's meant to help others to ejaculate all over her face.
I got to exert the Holy Ghost with my semen.
I need the holy cum all over. It feels good. It's good for the skin.
It's not so much the people doing this that disturbs me. Is if she's famous enough to be on our show and in other newspapers and in other shows, is the dumb fucks that believe this.
Right.
I think that's what bothers me more than anything. It's not the subject of the story.
Those are the same people that when they go to the strip club, they think the strippers actually like them. Those are the exact same people.
Yeah.
That will believe that God told her to do this.
Yeah. Agree.
Back in 2016, Telia found the courage to quit the classroom and begin an OnlyFans account with the support of her husband, Nick. Not the fact that people could make millions of dollars on OnlyFans, because God told her to.
But I got to say something here real quick. Isby is not doing this, and I'm not downplaying my wife or anything like that. But if I was Nick, I'd be like, I don't got to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week anymore. You are blessed. Go do your thing. Just make sure I get half of it.
There you go. The ex-educator admits she initially felt ashamed of her X-rated escapades before she slowly began to realize that her strict Christian upbringing was the cause of her guilt. You didn't feel guilty about your initial X-rated escapades. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done them.
She obviously missed reconciliation.
That's right. She can come with us tomorrow.
Oh, that'd go over well with Mrs. B.
Well, she has to go into a booth, and Lord knows what's going to happen in the booth. So,
yeah, well, I don't think he likes girls. But anyway.
I had so much sexual shame of my own at first. I remember being at a photo shoot that had several porn stars, and I was so triggered. I could feel the judgments that society and religion had instilled in me, and I was very aware of it. That part of me felt like their sexual choices and expression were wrong and immoral. I even felt wrong by the association in that moment, but that didn't feel like God telling me to feel that way. Telia's OnlyFans career quickly took off, with fawning fans helping her to shake off the shame she acquired. Empowered by the joy she brought her new subscribers, as well as the boon to her bank account, that is the entire point of this story, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like the devil on your shoulder. Every single man watching that, or woman, whatever they are, they're whacking off and they're going, "No, honey, you're completely right. God sent you." And she's like, "Yeah, counting the dollars."
Now, way back when,
you had an OnlyFans?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess this was back in the 90s. Famed defensive player in the NFL, Reggie White.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Played for the Eagles.
Christian guy. Yeah.
Played for the Eagles initially. Yeah, very, very religious. Very, 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 very religious. Played for the Eagles initially. Became a free agent. The Green Bay Packers offered him, I don't even remember the amount of money at the time. Compared to the contracts now, it was minuscule. So let's say, $20 million, just off the top of my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers offered him $20 million, which was the highest offer. He took that offer. That was the highest offer he had in free agency that year. He took that offer, but he went and said God told him to take that offer. Not the fact that that was the highest offer of any NFL team, and he was the highest defensive player ever, earning $20 million. God told him to.
And listen, in defense of Reggie, I could buy into it. How much did he give to charity, and how much did he keep? Right. That's if God tells you to take 20 million and you only keep $1 million to yourself, I get it.
Well, I'm sure if you've seen any documentary on Reggie White and saw his house, he didn't just keep $1 million.
Right. So again, we call bullshit.
Correct. And that's the same here. So the key sentence is the boon to her bank account. That is the key sentence to this entire story. The liberated mom recognized that her new career was actually a part of God's plan. I now reject any teaching or institutions that depict God as an entity to be feared or to be judged by. God is loving, not fearful, and accepting, not judgmental, she declared. We are not meant to suppress or deny things like our pleasure and sexual expression. Instead, we're meant to enjoy and embody them fully as God has intended.
And I agree that God intends for us to live joyfully. However, the very first story in the Bible is about that bitch eating the apple.
Original sin, yes.
Just saying. Anything else?
Oh, it goes on, but that's the gist of the story.
All right. So anyway, yeah, like we believe that, right, folks? All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We have to go to Twitter shits. As we so often do on the show, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't have time to get into the Talking FLA, we will have a complete Talking FLA special next week. If you have come for Talking FLA, don't fret. We always get to it. But exclusively, here on Cave Crew Radio is Mike Jolitz's other segment. And I got to get my pen ready because I have a kind of a segment after the segment. It's called Twitter Shits, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're not on Twitter, don't worry. We got you covered.
Now, it's time for another edition of Twitter Shits with Mike Jolitz.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Twitter Shits. Yes, everybody, it's time for the Twitter Shits again. And as a returning guest, I have the ever-tweeting Rob Reiner. All right, so Rob Reiner's tweet reads, Tucker's now free to spread his bullshit elsewhere. There's the story. Now I read the tweets. At I'm So Bored tweeted, and he will get another job. But what about Don the Mon? At Suckafatty tweeted, Tucker will be back in the media and you'll go back to crying about it. Enjoy this short success. At Blow Me It's Christmas tweeted, I can't wait to see what Tucker comes up with because he will be bigger and better. At I'm Retarded tweeted, Rob Reiner, your net worth is $200 million. Tucker Carlson is worth $400 million. And I don't care what you say. At Brown Eye Blind tweeted, "You're going to miss him on Fox, aren't you?" At Jack Mehoff tweeted, "You mean Fox can't hold him back anymore?" At Tricky Dick tweeted, "He's on to bigger and better things, Rob. Let it go." At I Like Big Butts tweeted, "Why did you go to Epstein Island, Rob?" At Joni Loves Chachi tweeted, "Hey, how'd you get that blue check mark?" At Elf Peter tweeted, "It's all about the hate with you, isn't it, Rob? All about the hate." At The Drunk Police tweeted, "Listen to Rob, everyone. He's the authority on facts and Speedos." It's a horrible image. At Let's Go Branded tweeted, "This propaganda tweet was paid for by the Democratic Party." At The Wizard of It tweeted, "Keep spreading your bullshit, Rob, just like you spread your cheeks." Ooh. At Mike Not Me tweeted, "Isn't it funny? Tucker has 6 million followers and you have just 2.2. You were on TV, you're in movies, made movies, and yet you can't find another 4 million people who think your opinion is worth a shit. Or the toilet paper it's stuck to the bottom of your shoe. Poor, pitiful you." At Hershey Squirts tweeted, "Who pulled the binky out of your mouth?" At Dave M tweeted, "Yay! Tucker is unleashed. No more holding back to keep his job." At Craig's Pissed tweeted, "Don't get too giddy, Reiner. He's not going away." At Sir Hates a Lot tweeted, "Why are you like this, Rob? This is why we can't have nice things." All right, guys, that does it for the Twitter shit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back next week with some more Twitter shit. All right, later. Bye-bye.
Mike Jolet's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolet's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolet's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Okay, is that it?
All right, so my part of the show, kind of my segment, Big B, you're getting used to it, is I write down what I call the Twitter handles.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like if you're on the CB radio and you're like, breaker, this is Billy Bob. I have my favorites. Number 5.
Yep.
And feel free to add if you have any, ladies and gentlemen, or you, Big B.
I have one.
Nostalgically, I liked Joni Loves Chachi.
Yes. Always good.
Yeah. I also liked, again, probably really simple, but I found it creative. I like big butts.
And I cannot lie.
Yes. Yes. I also like Suck a Fatty.
Suck a Fatty.
Yeah. And I'm between 2. What did you have written down? I'm curious.
I had Jack Mehoff.
Oh, I didn't catch that one. That's good.
Jack Mehoff.
Yeah, I was between 2. I didn't catch Jack Mehoff. That's good.
I like that one.
So I became between these 2, and remember, folks, these are handles, so it's nothing really too funny. But I did like Blow Me at Christmas. But my favorite one, and I don't know why, but it caught me and I put a star by it, was The Wizard of It.
The Wizard of It.
Instead of Oz.
Right.
I really like that. I don't know why.
The Wizard of It.
The Wizard of It.
We need to make a full segment of the handle of the week.
Well, I'm hoping you're writing these down, but you're not.
I'm not. No, I can going forward because you write them down.
Well, I do, but then I throw them away when I type into the computer, and we'd have to go back and listen, because I think when we do the year-end awards, we should do that again. Best Twitter handle should be,
So then going forward, I will write down your picks
All right.
for best Twitter handle.
And I think a lot of these come back, but I'm listening. I like the one you got. I didn't catch that one, but I'm listening. I'm going, yeah, that's good, but and I don't know why I chose the Wizard of It. I just thought, the Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of It.
Right.
How do you come up with that shit? Like,
I liked your second place one. Blow me at Christmas.
Blow me at Christmas. Like, it's like
no other time of the year, just at Christmas.
Just at Christmas. I absolutely love it. So look,
Christmas present under the tree, a blowjob.
Exactly. So we're getting to the point of the show where Talking FLA is going to have to go to next week.
And that's fine.
So let's just kind of digest things or go into something else. I mean, we've covered a lot of stuff.
Right.
Talked about seagulls. We talked about cow dung on walls and cars. And we talked about the Christian porn star. There was another one. I don't remember it. Mike Joel, it's exclusively on CCR. And of course the Weavers.
Well, my theory on
so
why
excited about that.
Why Mike Joel has exclusively on Cave Crew Radio now. I believe the Weavers are behind this. I firmly believe that the Weavers have made a stance against Mike Jolitz and the Jolitz family and have digitally banned him.
So do you think Mike Jolitz is kind of playing like a little digital game of Red Rover, let Jolitz come over?
Well, I think that he knows that we always have his back.
Yeah.
We will never capitulate to any special interest group.
Right.
And if the Weavers dared to try to shut us down, we would fight back.
Trespass.
Whereas Spotify and Spreaker, and they will just bend to the demands of the the minorities, not the minorities, the minority voice.
Right, or especially if they have money. Like, it will slip you a little bit of money to get Jolitz out of the way.
Right. So that's why I think because Mike Jolitz wanted the Weavers out of his neighborhood for so long and wanted them to sell their house much quicker than they actually did. They have taken up digital arms against Mike Jolitz and the Jolitz.
And we're kind of like the cactus by their screen door. Every time they walk outside, they get pins in their ass.
Yes. We are the cactus by the screen door.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, there's been people coming in and out of here all night. No one wants to say anything. I don't know why. We're very friendly.
From time to time.
My playoff beard is itching the shit out of me.
Wait, now can I see a side profile real quick?
I don't grow it very well.
I was going to say, are you shaving? Like, are you just getting a line and you're shaving?
Yeah, I'm trying to I still have to resemble professionalism. So I'm not as bad as Mitch Marner. If you've seen his little hair here, he's like, I'm going to hit puberty, and one of these $10 million going to buy me puberty. I just know it.
Soon enough.
Yeah. I changed in the transvestite dressing room. But anyway, shouldn't pick on my own team like that. So I'm trimming down here, and like I shave my neck because my neck drives me nuts when I have hair on it. So
okay.
Yeah, but normally, those of you that know me, I wear a goatee. That's it. And I also trim it. Like, you don't trim yours. I normally get the trimmer like every 3 days and shave off the excess. I trim the split ends.
Well, that's very cosmopolitan of you.
Excuse me.
So DK's become a metrosexual with his fucking beard. He goes to the fucking salon for his beard treatment.
No, that would be Stu, not me.
You're worried about beard split ends.
No, but I just like, I don't know why, because we talked on the pre-show. My team's probably going to get eliminated again for the umpteenth time in 19 years because my kid was born in 2004, and that's the last time they won. But I got to go to work, and so I'm like, all right, I'll grow in these extraneous areas and support my team. Yeah.
Now you were saying it's starting to itch.
It's just like fucking nuts. I'm telling you.
See, I used to have a full beard.
Yeah.
And that's what any number of the animations have me having a full beard. I had a full beard for a very, very long time. I had a full beard since I graduated high school. And I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever it was, I don't remember. I started, you get gray. I'm getting older. You're getting gray through the beard. So, I would trim it every so often. And when I would trim it, because of the grays, it would kind of blend in and it looked like it wasn't there anymore. So my wife just said, why don't you just shave, just have your goatee? I said, I never thought about it. I was like, all right, why not? So I did it. And now I can't stand when it gets to the point of, after a couple of days, if I don't shave, it's very, very itchy.
Yeah.
Like I had a beard for decades, but now I can't stand getting any type of hair over here. It gets itchy and I have to shave.
It's an anomaly, ladies and gentlemen.
See, when you're younger, this is part of the thing of getting older. When you're younger, you can tolerate a lot more things. I could tolerate an itchy face to get that beard and look cool. Now that I'm older, I don't give a fuck. It's itchy. I want it off.
Listen, and that's the other part of it. Excuse me. Is when you're younger, you want it. You want that beard. You want to look older. You want to look more mature. Now you look at yourself and you go, that's putting 10 years on me. Because I'm all gray. The only thing that's not gray anymore is the mustache. But I don't want to be.
Your hair is gray.
My hair is pure gray.
Yeah.
And I'm not dyeing it. Like, I am who I am. At least I have a full head of hair, and I'm getting older. I'm in my 50s now. You know what I mean? But the only thing that's not gray is this mustache. I mean, I could put on the Burt Reynolds, but I don't like mustaches. Like, it's just, I don't want to be Magnum PI.
I get it. I get it. Luckily, so far, as you can tell, I'm not gray in the hair, and I have all my hair, under my hat.
Yeah.
I'm gray in the beard and the mustache.
It's coming. It's
coming. I know. It's definitely. I see more and more grays going on in the
gray hair when I was 18. I was like, still had the odd gray hair. It's my stress, or I don't know.
Well, I see it more. Like, I see more grays coming in on my hair. But, as of right now, I don't dye anything. This is all my natural hair color. So grays haven't fully taken over yet.
But I was told, and I go to a barber now, so it's a little different. I am now into the barber, sculpting, all that shit. Well, I was at this one stylist one time, and the woman told me, she goes, sir, people would pay to have your hair color. And they do.
And they do.
I'm like, all right. I'm just glad I'm not bald, and I still got it on my head.
You're very special that you go to a stylist, though.
No. Now I go to a barber.
Most people go to barbers. You go to a stylist.
No, I go to a barber. I'm just saying, a while back that happened. I'm telling you a story about the past.
Aha.
Anyway, listen. There's hockey on. There's food to eat. I got Chinese food, by the way.
Ooh. I had prosciutto wrapped chicken and rice.
It's time to name the show. I don't know if these are. I have only one that I want to nominate for the show name. Still don't know how to spell it. But definitely a show note. You're a statue and you don't talk.
That's right.
100% a show note, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Suzuki hot shit. That's very cosmopolitan of you. A professional jury.
Yes.
Also from the epicenter tonight. Reconciled yourself. But back to when we were talking about birds, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea how to spell it. I'm going to have to go through Google search. Aviary LARPing is my nomination for the show. Big B, you've been busy tonight. You got to have 6.
I have 5.
Okay, I was close.
I must say, I will give you my entry for show name at the end.
Okay.
But I like aviary LARPing.
That was good.
So
I have no clue how to spell it, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll work through it.
First and
I don't
foremost,
even know if that's a real saying.
well, aviary, yeah, that's a thing.
All right.
And LARPing is live action role play.
Okay.
LARPing. That's what people, the people that go to like medieval times and pretend to be knights and shit.
Oh, see, now I thought it was like birds squawking. See,
no. That was these are the people pretending to be the bird things.
Right.
So it's aviary LARPing. They're live action role playing.
LARPING.
LARPING. Yes.
Okay, I got that perfect. All right.
First, very early in the show, we were talking about the Weavers, and we were just talking about them again. I had Buckland, and Weaver.
Hang on, Buckland.
Buckland, and Weaver.
Yeah, that'd be
dangerous. The new law firm.
Dangerous.
Next up from the story of India, the site that we were on was called The Journalism of Courage.
Yeah, that was great, eh?
My next one, I believe, should be a show note. It's too big to be a show name, but I absolutely think it should be a show note. It's The Cactus by the Screen Door.
Hang on, I got ready. Okay.
This night was filled with shit and Weavers talk.
Yeah, it was. And that's okay. And what do you call seagulls?
And seagulls, yes. Next is my final 2 would be show nominations for show names. First from I don't even remember what story it was. It was just a phrase that caught my eye. It said heights of nonsense.
Yeah, that's good.
And it sounds like what we do every Friday night. The heights of nonsense.
Yeah.
But this one is my submission. And I do submit to you that I like aviary LARPing better. But if you like this one, we can go with this one. We were talking about the OnlyFans. And we said, or you said, I believe, a Christian glory hole.
Okay, I'm going to override that. And we can use that as a show note. But we've used glory hole before in show names. I really believe that aviary LARPing.
I said I like that one. Yeah, that's.
But I think a Christian glory hole can definitely go into the show notes with. So imagine reading these show notes. A Christian glory hole. It's the cactus by the screen door. And then I don't know what would come in that. You're a statue. You don't talk.
There you go.
This is what draws people in. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of fun. Real quick, if you like hockey, Sunday at 11 a.m., not p.m.
Yes.
We'll give you a recap of everything that's going on. And we also guarantee to you, ladies and gentlemen, that when we do this, Talking FLA, I think we got like 7 stories, and we can probably find a couple more. We'll go all in Talking FLA next
week. No other news from us besides Talking FLA.
but we will still have Mike Jolitz.
Yes, from us only FLA. We still have Mike Jolitz, Mike reads the news and Twitter shits.
There we go. Say goodnight.
Later.
See you, folks.
Thank you to all the listeners on our affiliate stations. To find out more, check out Cave Crew Radio on Facebook and Twitter.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go. Just go. Get out. Get the hell out!
Get out! Get out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Fox and Friends in the morning with very honorable people.